Hey everybody, I am in the car pickup line waiting to pick up my daughter after school, so we'll see how long we've got here. But while I'm waiting, I wanted to talk to you about how I benefited from being overweight. And I don't know if you've ever given this any thought, but I actually see two kinds of benefits from this. One is a false benefit, and the other is a true benefit. And so let me tell you what I mean by that. A false benefit is something that is serving a purpose, but it may not really be for our betterment or for our wellness, but in the moment it's meeting a need that we have. And a true benefit is actually what it sounds like, a true benefit that is for our health, our mental well-being, all of that together. So I don't know if you all ever watched Oprah back in the day when Dr. Phil would be on the show a lot, but there was one episode where he was talking to one of the audience members, and he was talking about or she was saying about being overweight, and she's like, I just don't know why, what is it that I can't lose weight? And Dr. Phil said, well, it's because it's working for you. And she's like, well, what do you mean? How is it working for me? I don't want to be overweight. And he said, well, there is some reason that it's on some level it's working for you. So what is it providing you? And I never thought about it that way before, and until he sort of posed that question, because he's right. On some level, whether it be really beneficial to us or not, it was working for us, right? So, and those are the ones that I would call some of the false benefits. And for me, it's two things that come to mind. One is the idea of being able to numb with food, right? So when there's emotions that are hard to cope with, or stress, or whatever, a lot of us that are emotional eaters, that we're aware of that, and that's meeting a need for us in the moment. Is it good for the long term? Is it good for our emotional health to just sort of numb out instead of process things in real time and allow those feelings to come? No, it's not, but it is meeting that need in the moment. So that's a false benefit, that overweight is a consequence of that emotional eating. Another one is, for me, and I don't know if some of you all feel this way too, but is about the idea of being hidden, right? There is a little bit, if you're carrying extra weight, of an invisibility cloak. Okay, everybody, sorry, I'm back after picking up my daughter, finishing my work day, eating dinner, going for a walk. Now I'm back to finish the conversation. So, where were we? We're talking about the idea of invisibility, and I, definitely am oriented toward being an introvert, and so I don't like to be sort of front and center. I like to be that behind the scenes person, and so I think subconsciously maybe weight has played a role in sort of promoting that, of like wanting to be that person behind the scenes, and so I don't think that's necessarily been a true benefit for me. It's probably a false benefit for me to be able to stay where my fear is and not cross over into that. So that is another false benefit for me. And so while it did help with that invisibility factor, it certainly didn't allow me to move into my most authentic self. So I'm curious whether you all have had any false benefits from your weight, and I'd love to hear about that in the comments. But the true benefits is what I want to talk about next, and I would like to read you something I wrote on this, and then get your thoughts. The second huge and true benefit is all that this weight journey has given me. I have gratitude for all that I have learned and continue to learn. One is that being overweight has given me an understanding and true insight to those who face similar issues, and allowed me to relate to people in a way that only experience provides. It also made me pay attention to learning about food sources, environment, food politics, and science, and therefore be a more informed citizen. But most importantly, it has been the single biggest contributor to my personal and spiritual growth, because through my attempts and desire to figure out weight loss, it has required me to reflect, learn, and dig deep into my thoughts, behaviors, and actions. I wouldn't be the person I am without having gone through it, and I can't have any regret for the person I am or the life I have lived. If this is what I'm to navigate to gain a more conscious, mindful, and authentic life, then I will never look at the path in a negative light, but rather have immense gratitude for all that I have gained by having traversed it. So I'm wondering if you've thought about how all that you've gained through your experience, and would love to hear your thoughts on that down below. So leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and until next time, be well.